Greensheep wasn't going to win that game with the way it panned out. But game number 2 is getting underway. Maybe he can win this one, but I'm hoping he doesn't kill Mech Shaman again. I'm tired of this deck. I'm just kidding. It's a totally fine choice if you expect the right things, but you know, you have to have a pretty solid read, I believe.
Greensheep's going to move over to a little more of a resilient later game possible aggro deck here. Now, Dog, he's going to stick with it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you won game 1. Greensheep continues to be aggressive. If you're confident in your ability, you're confident in your ability.
Yeah, Sap and Backstab seem like pretty good cards against Greensheep on the regular.
Gotta be careful about how to mulligan this hand. I'm looking at this hand and I wonder if I keep Blood Mage Thalnos.
What are the reasons to keep it?
Well, if you draw Backstab, it's obviously very strong against this deck. Backstab's strong anyway, though.
Well, the thing is, Greensheep has actually played a couple games of Handlock in HPL as well, so he's been keeping his range as wide as possible when he's playing Warlocks. You can't just always key on aggression, but I would just always mulligan against aggression playing against Greensheep.
Yeah, I would agree. Most time you're playing against somebody, it's important to mulligan for aggression, just because if you don't, you can easily get run over, and that's obviously getting run over is a terrible feeling. Wow, that SI7 agent draw that's pretty darn saucy right now.
Yeah, Dog's hand's looking pretty good.
He's gonna have to fight through some pretty tough cards here, though.
Yeah, this is the kind of deck that can give rogue fits. Things like Imp Gang Boss and then Void Caller into Doom Guard. These guys are huge and hard to deal with. And then your damage-based removal, it leaves behind things. And then he can leave this Nerubian Egg in play for the whole game, to where if you ever Blade Flurry, he's left with a 4/4 afterwards.
Yep. And that's really the big talking point here: is can he find a spot to be aggressive and push for damage? Is he gonna have to fight defensively the whole game? 2 Void Callers. This is looking fantastic for Greensheep right now.
It's a great draw for Greensheep here with this deck. I'm actually a really big fan of this deck, Nathan.
It's just so good. What do you do to beat this deck? Again, outside of Freeze Mage, the deck doesn't really have a bad matchup.
I will say this: the deck doesn't always mulligan amazingly. Like you have a lot of early game, but you can mulligan into like 4s and like Mal'Ganis. And if it's not Void Caller, then you just have a dead card for almost the entire game. So, you can mulligan into like Defender of Argus, Mal'Ganis, Implosion, and you're like, well, I'm just dead.
This being like the 3 worst cards in the opening hand.
Yeah, but I mean, it has some draws that are really bad, and then you
can mulligan into Ancient Lord,
yeah,
Ancient Lord, Emperor.
Yeah, but then you have ways to cheat mana in that deck. So
you do have an Emperor. The Dog gonna start taking out minions here.
Well, yeah, he's got a Phantom Knives as well, so he can kind of recover some of this that he's going to lose over the span of this game.
Does he anticipate the Azure Drake getting killed in this spot? His Phantom Knives for 2 right here does not exactly the best.
Yeah, I think he knows that this Azure Drake isn't going to make it to his own turn, and that's actually an interesting thing to think about if you're Greensheep. The Azure Drake working against him, but if you play this Knife Juggler, you got to believe, yeah, he's going to be killing some of these minions. And this is what this deck does. It is an aggressive deck, right? They're trying to beat you down, but in different ways. It has such good board control. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, this is a very ugly spot for Dog to be in.
This deck has so much value in it.
Yeah, this is really where everything is going to fall apart too. Is that he has plenty of ways to enhance his weapon. Doesn't have a Blade Flurry with it. If he could sweep out this board, totally different game.
Yeah.
But Greensheep even has the extra resilience with Void Callers.
Yeah, it's looking really bad here. Now that's 10. Hold on, does he have lethal here? It's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You can get another 6. Yeah, he's got 20.
Well, if he got the juggle,
he gets 20, and if the juggle goes upstairs, it's 21.
I think you rip it, man. This is a 50-50 to end the game this turn.
Well, the thing is, you can attack with just the Knife Juggler here, right? Go to the face, and then just play Doom Guard in between the Knife Juggler and the Direwolf and see where it goes.
Yeah, I would have ripped it. Let's go. He's going to play a little bit more defensively.
But I mean, his hand is so good.
Doesn't really, too. Yeah, that's the other thing is I don't necessarily feel it matters too much what he's doing.
I mean, I actually wouldn't trade in here. I would just go face with everything here. Because you actually want the Doom Guard to stay in your hand here against mass removal, because then you have Doom Guard and a 4/4 left over.
What mass removal can he have for that amount of mana?
It's just something with Blade Flurry somehow.
Yeah, well, Dog's got his work cut out for him if he wants to win this one.
Well, yeah, I don't mind him trading that way. I would not have traded the Void Caller in, is what I'm saying. I would leave the Doom Guard in my hand.
I don't see the recovery here. It just doesn't have the tools to do it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to draw a card with Phantom Knives here and just see if something comes up.
He's got to draw Blade Flurry.
It's not even enough though. He doesn't have mana. Well, I guess he could Tiki Sharp Soil into Blade Flare and just hope, you know,
Yeah, that's what he-
Greensheep's
that's what he
hand
had
is
to
just
draw.
really empty. He gets to go 2 SIA-7 agents here. So he's not
No, he's dead. He's got the Doom
He's
Guard
not
behind
dead
us.
on board, is
Yeah,
what I'm
from,
saying,
from
yeah.
his perspective, this was the best play he could have made. But Greensheep has the final 5 damage. He's going to quickly tie this series up at 1 game apiece, and they travel in packs, man.
Yep.
When there's one, there's always more.
1 pair dealer. What do I win?
Well, he's got 2 pair with the Void Collars.
Yep. Well, everybody's got that pair of Void Colors.
See, I feel like I would have BM'd here.
well, Dog
little bit.
has 2 pair as well. If you count the board as like a flop.
Yeah, just not able to get it done. Blade Flurry is a very key point for this deck, and also Greensheep's draw really throwing off what Dog was trying to do. You know, he had backstep, had SLA7 agent, but is that what you want to be doing to an Imp Gang boss? They still
Yeah.
get a lot of stuff out of that.